Unrehearsed.
Unrehearsed!
Yeah. We back. What's up with everybody? It's your boy Deshaun Force.
It's your girl Mariana Jack.
Yeah.
AKA
Moski. AKA Momentum.
AKA Motown.
AKA Mo Money, Mo Problems.
AKA
Mo Magic.
Yeah. The list goes on, guys. If you have actually in the comments, like if you have anything new that you want to add, just go ahead and put it down there. Why not?
Yeah, man.
Why not?
The puns for Mo's name are him.
I know they are. Please be nice though. Because I'm sensitive.
Oh man, how you doing, man? We chilling? We straight? We cool? Because we gonna get into some heaviness today.
I know.
Should
honestly,
I go get the tissues now?
Yeah.
You might.
Glad he was joking. I'll just use my sweater. It's fine. Anyways.
We talking about heartbreaks. You feel me?
Heartbreaker.
Harsh realities of such. Pardon me, I'm trying to get my list on my phone. I had it.
Yeah, he has a list of hearts that he's broken.
No. Oh
Just
my gosh.
That's crazy.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm sorry.
How'd that DMX verse go? It was Brenda, Letitia. Oh man. Oh, I better have an ice cream parlor. Oh nah.
That's funny.
I have my list, my stuff ready. Harsh realities of a breakup. Moski.
I'm like, where do we begin? Breakups suck. Let's start there.
Why do they suck?
For me? For me?
Keep going up.
Let's see. Honestly, I would say let's use our vocabulary because we are college students. So let's not say that they suck. Shall we, people? Can we just like elevate our knowledge right now, our intelligence? Let's show it. So I would say that breakups are one of the most shaping things in our lives, I would say. Definitely putting that up there with like a life-changing thing. There's a lot of just science that goes behind like when people fall in love. There's like 8 different types of love. Like it gets really deep. And so yeah, so to start off, like breakups are just, they're hard. Like they can be hard, but then also like some people are literally just like so hurt that breakups are like nothing to them, and they just, you know, they break up with people left and right.
That sounds stone cold.
That is stone cold, but you have to think like, you know, when people have gotten hurt, like it's so easy to just not care about hurting other people because you're like, well, so and so did it to me, so it's like it's just easy. Sometimes it's easy to like hurt other people, and it's not like their intent is like, oh, I'm about to be like, their intent is to be heartless, but their intent isn't to hurt another person. Like I don't think people actually go in like, oh, I'm just about to like hurt you and get whatever out. I mean, some people do that, so I can't speak for everybody. You know, it depends on the person. Different bodies, different hearts, same blood.
My thing is with harsh realities of breakup, and I don't know if this is more like a social media kind of thing, internet, like social media kind of thing. I know every now and then we kind of like lament the ways of social media, but I don't like
every now and then.
Every now and then on this show. But one thing I call cap on is like, I guess some people on social media or some people in general, where it's like they go through this breakup, or like the breakup happens and then they just kind of make it seem automatically like it's just freedom and you know, there may be some aspect to it, but you're gonna, if you actually cared about the person and y'all actually had good intentions for each other, you gonna feel some sort of hurt, and you gonna feel some sort of like, you're gonna go through them stages of grief because you literally like losing a person in a way. So like when people make it seem as if, okay, a breakup happened, now it's light work, it's easy, it's like, if it's like that for you, okay, well maybe you never really like cared about the person like that. But if you was actually really in deep with someone, it's not whether you do the breaking up or they break up with you, you're not gonna be like, all right, bruh, it's good, it's whatever now, I'm chilling, it's free, and then, you know, just go back to doing whatever. Like you gonna go through some ups and downs.
Yeah.
You gonna go through some peaks and valleys, bruh. That's just what it is, because you're literally separating.
Right.
You know, you're separating your emotions, your attachments, and it's like, you know, it's like taking a Band-Aid off. It's like,
that's not even, boy, taking a Band-Aid off, that ain't nothing.
Well, simple in the sense that like,
nothing.
even if you like peel it slow, it's gonna hurt. If you rip it off, it's gonna hurt. Is really what I was getting at. But it's like, there's really no way around that. It's just a matter of how like you respond and how you deal with it and stuff like that. That's my kind of thing. And then you actually kind of hit the nail on the head. And it is kind of life changing depending on like, I guess the strength of the relationship or how deep you guys ran on with each other. Because like, pain in general, not necessarily just heartbreak pain and stuff like that, but pain in general just has a way of like shaping somebody.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, it's all in how you respond to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you respond a good way, then you know it's gonna shape you into a much better version of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you respond in a bad way, then you're gonna end up worse off than what you were before. But yeah, it is a life changing thing. I noticed. At least I had a life changing experience with it. But y'all already know this by now.
Like we don't know.
Y'all know this by now. Y'all know this. Has it changed you?
Stop. Why are we talking about me? I would say yes. One thing that I was thinking while you were talking is how a lot of times when it comes to breakups, I do feel like we lose parts of ourselves. You know, reality of it is that like when you're that close with somebody, like in that intimate with somebody, it is so easy to let that person's words, I wouldn't say become of the end all be all, but you know, you allow that person to like have the space in your life where their words do matter to you, you know, the things that they say to you. Like, yeah, a lot of influence. And so I feel that it is kind of scary. I was like,
it's kind of terrifying when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is terrifying. It's a risk, right? It's always a risk. And you know what? Like, I know we're talking about romantically, like specifically, but it's even a risk with like friendships. Like, it's a risk, like business partners, like all those things. It's like, it's always gonna be a risk, like whether we want it to be or not. Like, you know, you just kind of gotta like step out in faith, you know, and pray for the best. And then if it doesn't work out, then you know, you're gonna be okay. So yeah, so.
Like the world's ending.
Or feel like the world's ending, but it won't be ending forever. I was about to get so dark right now, but I'm not gonna say what the rest of that sentence.
No, that's something I peeped in like hindsight, bruh. It's like, you know, when you really sit back and think about it, just the concept of a relationship. I know we kind of talk romance, but just a relationship in general. The amount of like influence that you are allowing other people to have. It's a good thing. I'm not saying like be closed off. I'll never would say like, you know, isolated, because you know people need people.
Yeah.
And stuff. But like, it becomes a scary thing or a terrifying thing for me when it's like, okay, it's the wrong person, because like we're imperfect. We don't, you know, especially if you're like younger and stuff like that, you're still learning and stuff. You don't know all of yourself and stuff like that. So some things you're gonna learn from just listening to other people's stories. Some things you're just gonna have to learn by trial and error.
Yeah.
And that trial and error might come at someone's expense. And that joint is terrifying when you think of, nah, bro, I'm not gonna cry, you gonna cry. But like, it's terrifying when you think of it, because it's like, you know, people's words do have that kind of power and influence over you, because you let them have it, and like, you know, and then eventually it's just, I don't know if it's like a rite of passage, but something's gonna happen. If it hasn't happened before, something might happen to it. It's like, dang, you might have to learn a hard lesson. You might have to deal with that harsh reality kind of thing. And it's like, dang, oh, that's crazy. So it's like, man, you know, in relationship in general, it's like, you really wouldn't know if, I find it just in my early years so far, I find that you really wouldn't know if a person in general, and I'm not necessarily talking about like romance, just friendship, just relationships in general. You wouldn't really know unless someone's like the right person to have in your circle, without kind of going through kind of an experience. I never forget, my aunt told me when I was going through my bad experience.
What was your bad experience?
That bad breakup. Where she was like, she told me, because I kind of vented to her one time, and she was like, sometimes you got to experience what you don't want in order to get a better understanding of what you do want. And so sometimes you kind of need that trial and error.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's kind of beneficial for you.
It is beneficial. I feel like it's beneficial either way, but specifically, like, yeah. I mean, I just want to talk about, you know, how, you know, it's not easy breaking up with somebody. It's not easy breaking up with someone. Especially, like, when you really enjoy that person, like, you have a genuine love for them. And I only say this because, like, I'm the heartbreaker. Just kidding. I'm not the heartbreaker, but I do feel that, you know, people think, like, oh, when you're on the other side and someone's breaking up with you, like, I think a lot of times we can think that's really easy for the person who does the breaking up, you know, but I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Because for me, like, when I broke up with my ex, it was just, it was really hard, because, like, I genuinely, it was really hard, because I genuinely did love him. And
Aw.
like we just had to stop.
I'm sorry.
And we really did have like a really great relationship, just a great friendship in general. Like we just had like such a great friendship, and it sucks because I was like, dang, like I feel like if we just were friends, like we would be so good today still. But you know, it's just like, you know, that didn't happen. There was romance there, and then there wasn't. Huh? No, it's not that we weren't clicking. You know, I feel like one thing, and again, like I do think this is through trial and error when it comes to relationships. Like a lot of times, like we don't share the same values as people or the same morals, and sometimes you don't know that in the beginning. You know, because like just in general, when you first meet people, like they on their best behavior. Like they're not about to be like fully themselves and wild, and it's not until like a good 3 months that they're like, all right, like I feel comfortable. Like let me fully come like as myself, and then you start seeing things, and then you start getting to know things, and it's like, oh, okay, like I didn't know this about you, you know. And so yeah, because I do feel like we can hide parts of ourselves like when we first meet people, in order to like, one, obviously keep ourselves safe and like protected, but then also to see like, oh, like, you know, are you a safe space? Like, can I be myself around you? So I'm not sure where I was going with all that.
Go ahead, it's your show.
Okay. So I'm not sure where I was going with that, but yeah, just to say that specifically with my ex, like we just didn't share the same values at the end of the day. And for me specifically, like as you know, like Deshaun and I were Christian, so for me, I can't speak for him, just kidding, but like, you know, faith is like so important. Like at the end of the day, I do take my relationship with Jesus very seriously, and so I just feel like that was where we weren't clicking, because I'm very much like, I need a man who gonna fast, I need a man who gonna pray, I need a man who gonna be in the word daily. Like I don't just want it to be a cute little like, okay, we're Christian, that's it. Like I'm like, no, like I really want him to be able to lead me, because I'm like, if you're my husband, like if I'm leading, there's a problem. The roles are, you know, switched, and I don't like that. We don't need to, let's have the order the way God created it to be. So yeah, so I would say that was like the biggest thing. Like I felt like for myself, just being transparent, I was the one to be like, let's do Bible study, you know, like, and I mean, he was a faithful churchgoer though, but I feel like that's where the issue comes in, because like people can faithfully go to church all the time, but I'm like, do you have a genuine relationship with Jesus Christ? Yay or nay? I digress. I'm being dead serious.
Nah, I feel you though, because that's one thing I noticed too. Mm-hmm. Like you got a point when you said like
I just had one point.
You had many points, but one point in particular that stuck out with me is when you said something about how you don't necessarily, no one really shows all of them.
Keep going, sorry.
Oh, my fault.
It's okay.
No one really shows all of themselves after like a few months.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's funny because you said 3 months. I have to think. I said, dang, things did change after that 3rd month.
Come on! That's crazy. It's true
Things
though.
really did change.
It's true.
That's funny because the moment it hit month 3, the moment we actually officially got past the 3rd month, I was like, oh wow, that's actually funny.
Yeah, it's true. It's facts.
Nah, yeah, like it really does take a minute to know someone.
Yeah.
Like really know someone. It also takes, on the flip side of that, it takes a minute for you to like just open yourself up to someone.
Yeah.
It's not like someone's just gonna like give you every part of them after like 3 months, for example.
Right.
Just to say a number. It takes a minute for a person to get comfortable. Mm-hmm. So you really kind of have to like, some of it really is kind of trial and error, bro. It's like, dang, I be trying to avoid some stuff. I guess some stuff is just unavoidable.
Yeah, no, seriously. And then the other thing too, since you're talking about it, was like obviously after the breakup, like, because let's talk about how it changes us, like breaking up with people and just like now coming, you know, going through healing, you know, still going through healing, you know, just a lot of things being uncovered as time goes by and all those things, and just ways that we've changed, ways that that person or that relationship has changed us, you know, for the better. And like not only for the better, but I think ways that it's changed us, the way that we open up and interact with other people. So like I would say now, like how are you specifically like post breakup, like who is Deshaun? Like how does he, like how do you feel like when it comes to connecting with people and just like new relationships, obviously, because like if people know you, like they know you, but you know, just like with new relationships, like how do you, I guess, I don't know, I guess like if somebody was trying to like get at Deshaun Forrest and it was like, hey, what's good, little shawty? What's good?
I'd be like, bro, what's up? What's good with you, man? No, I'm just kidding. For context, the relationship, the breakup that I'm referring to took place a few years ago. It's not a recent thing. But as far as how that's changed me, I've learned that like healing is like an ongoing process. Like I used to think, because you know, if I get, like for example, I don't know if the camera sees it well, but there's a scar on the side of my head from this.
Go ahead, turn to the side so people can see.
Yeah. Maybe I'll see it a little bit better because I scarred my hair a little bit. But if I had like a tool for the haircut, you'll be able to really see it go all the way back. But like if you pretty much what I was saying, like if you get some sort of wound, some sort of cut, it's gonna heal, you know, and then once it heals and once the skin seals back up, you're good. There's no more healing for that. But as a person, I noticed like it's kind of ongoing. It's like you heal, you do your best, and then you just kind of keep living, and then maybe something pops up, and then it, you know, it'll trigger you in a way, like, yo, snap, where did that come from? I thought we was cool here, or I didn't see that coming at all. So then you gotta dive in and address that issue, make sure that's straight, keep going, and this, it's just constantly like looking in the mirror and checking your boxes. But as far as I mean, I still connect with people. I would say the same way. I'm not like hardcore cut off, I don't want nothing to do with you type of thing. I'm still me. As far as relationship goes, I'm chilling right now. It's just not something I'm looking for right now. But I mean, it's just as far as like my interactions, social interactions with people, it didn't like mess me up long term in a sense where it's like I'll never want to connect with. Some people just shut off completely and just stay that way. I fought to not be that way. Like I don't want to end up turning. I felt like I was kind of going that route, and I was like, nah, I gotta like fight not to do that. It took some time, but for me, what I noticed, like relationships, and I think I kind of also said it on season 1. It's kind of, I compare it to like steroids in the sense like,
interesting.
like pretty much meaning that whatever's in you is just going to get amplified. It's just going to get amplified. It's just going to really showcase itself. And so, and that's good and bad. And so I noticed like, okay, these are the things that I just naturally do really well. I'm naturally good at, you know, some good traits. And it's like, oh, here's some other stuff. Like, I should probably work on that. You know, I'm chilling right now, not looking for a relationship. But should I decide to mentally want to go for that again? It's like, I should have that in check.
Oh, that's good.
Before someone else come around, because you don't want to put your baggage on someone that you had nothing to do with whatever you dealt with. But that's me though. How about you though?
Dang. Me. Honestly, right now I'm just healing. I'm just healing, and healing has been hard. Like I don't think a lot of people talk about even just like what happens to our bodies. Like studies show I should become a researcher, but studies do show that, you know, when people are in a relationship, like a breakup, it's literally it's like a drug addict. Like it's literally like a drug addict having withdrawals because like they're not getting that drug. So the same way that our bodies will respond if we were drug addicts and we weren't getting the drug is the same like thing that happens to our brain, like to our bodies when we break up with someone. Because it's like you're so used to being around that person, you know, like you're constantly like whatever relationship or whatever way that you'll have about yourself. And now it's like, you know, that it's not like that anymore. And it's just like crisp, you know, like, oh, it's done. Yeah, literally, thank you. Turkey cold, you're stopping. And so all that to be said, like, I do want to acknowledge, like, just, you know, the heart after that, it's just, like, it's hard. Like, it's not easy. Like, I remember, like, crying. Like, literally, I would, like, call my sisters, and I just, like, and they're just, like,
that's it.
They're just like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I just miss him. And they're like, it's okay. And I'm like, it's not okay. Like, because I'm just so like anti-crying nowadays. I'm just like, I don't want to cry in front of people. Like, I'm tired of crying, you guys. And so, cries now. So, anyways, so yeah, but I would just say that I'm just going through that healing process, and it's just acknowledging like the reasons why you left, acknowledging, you know, that you are gonna be okay, because I think in the moment, and maybe you could even touch on this like from a guy's perspective, but like no, literally as a woman, I mean, for me it wasn't like the world's ending, but it did just hurt, and I was like, ugh. And then like, I'm not even gonna go into it, but like that hurt was like attached to like something else as well, that I'm not gonna unpack on the show. But it was just like, I was like hurt, I was angry, I was just like, ugh, like why am I going through all this, you know, and it was a very hard time. But I'm grateful, you know, for my support system, and that I had, you know, people who were safe that I could just cry to, you know, that would just remind me, like, you know, you're gonna be okay. Because another thing that we don't talk about is just like the going back part, because it's like such a struggle to like not go back, because it's just so easy. Again, it's like a drug, so it's like, I mean, I could just like get another, like we could just go at it again, like it's fine, like, you know, we could fix this, like it's not impossible, like this can be fixed. And then just like settling into the reality of like, no, like you can't go back, Like, even if this person took you back, one, it's not even going to be the same, and then two, you're just hurting yourself more. So it's just such a hard fight to like not pick up the phone and call that person every day, not text them, not even, it's a hard fight. Like, it's not easy to just be like, okay, like, I'm really gonna stand 10 tones down on this, like, I'm not gonna go back, like, because it has been like a hard fight to like not go back, because like also at some point like you do find comfort in that person. So it's like, dang, like sometimes we'd rather just be comfortable and stay in like an unhealthy relationship, or just
Or just be comfortable and stay in comfort.
be comfortable and stay in comfort, rather than leave the person. So it is a challenge. It is hard, and I feel for like whoever's listening that maybe didn't have a support system when it came to like heartbreak, or not only that, but like, somebody that they decided, because even being honest with myself, y'all, I'm gonna just keep it real, like, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Just kidding. But like, even being honest with myself, even being honest about where I was, like, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, like, after the breakup, I was like, I'm just ready to be reckless. And by reckless, I was like, I'm ready to start breaking hearts. Like, I'm not even kidding. And not even that my intent would be like, oh, like, I'm trying to break hearts, but at this point I was like, you know what, like, I feel like, and this is just me, again, being completely transparent, like, and something that I've been working through and that I don't feel the same about, but at the time when it all happened, like, I was just like so heartbroken. I was like, I'm just ready to like just wild out. I was like, I just don't care. Like, if a guy comes up to me and he's like, oh, you're cute, I'm like, we can talk, we can like, have a good time, like, you can take me out to eat, y'all know, because I love food, let's go. But like, I'm like, you can take me out to eat, and pretty much like, I'm okay with using you at this point, because like, my heart is hurting, and like, I'm not emotionally available for anything anyway, so like, everything else outside of emotion, like, it's all up for grabs, like, it all can be done. But I didn't do that. I didn't do that, because one, of course, like, the Lord, thank you, Jesus, like, it was like a lot of prayer, a lot of fasting, a lot of like reading the word, a lot of just like, okay, like reminding myself, like, that's not who we want to be, and reminding myself also of like the after effect of that, and like what that is doing to other people, because I do feel like at that point a lot of times we can like internalize everything, and then we just become really selfish, and we're not being mindful of like, oh wow, like, I'm hurting this person the way that I was hurt, like, go to counseling, go to therapy, like, get some help. And I'm serious, because it's so easy to turn into that. It's so easy to like internalize that, and that's not what you want, y'all. Like, you don't want to, and maybe you think that you do, even as I'm like, no, you don't. Maybe you're like, yeah, like, I actually do, like, I want to internalize, like, I've been good, but it's like, no, like, ask yourself, it's like, ask yourself, why are you doing that? Like, why are you like, running through like hecka women? Why are you running through hecka men? And you're like, oh, like, even with women, it's like, oh, feminism. I'm like, that's all, like, that's bull. Like, that's all bull. Like, we don't take any power by giving our bodies to men just because, like, that is not power, y'all. It's not power. Like, and I'm tired of the narrative. Like, throw it in the trash, burn it, let the ashes flow in the wind. Like, we're done with that.
That's an IG clip right there.
Because it's not, like, it's not at all. And so, yeah, and like, I do feel for people, like, when I do like have friends and like they are players and things like that, like, I understand, like, there's something deeper happening here, and it breaks my heart. Like, I be feeling for y'all, because I'm just like, dang, like, who hurt you? Like, and it's funny, but I'm like, literally, it's like, we joke about it all the time, but it's literally like, who did hurt you? Like, who broke your heart to make you feel like you had to like, the way that I think about it is like a volcano, y'all, because that's just like my mind. Like, I just think of a volcano, right? Like, you get heartbroken, and what happens? Like, it explodes. You get heartbroken and it explodes, right? The volcano explodes and it erupts, and then all this lava comes down, and the lava gets hard, and it becomes, is it magma? Magma. I was thinking of like
You're
Austin
making
Powers.
me have to go back in school.
No, literally. And so yeah, but then it comes down, and then it becomes magma, and it gets hard. Like, it gets hard, And but the beautiful thing about that is that things can still grow underneath there, But if you're not like willing to, let the breakup settle in, acknowledge that you're hurt first. Like, if you're not willing to acknowledge, one, that you're hurt, if you're not willing to acknowledge that you miss that person, because I think a lot of times too, like, even myself, like, I was struggling with forcing myself to be like, you don't miss him, or not only you don't miss him, but like also trying to like villainize them to make myself feel better, because then it's like, okay, like, they're a villain, like, I don't want to go back because A, B, C, and D, but not even that helps, because I'm like, they have good traits, like, they're actually not horrible people, like, they really do have good things. I'm like, but not so much, I wouldn't say that the bad outweighed the good, but it's just like, you know, it just wasn't working. Like we weren't vibing.
You're going through your breakup emotions. I'll never forget hearing this, and we're gonna dive into it on another episode later, but it was just talking about some of your behavioral patterns. The guy described it as a symptom and not a root cause. So it's like you could have, for example, you was talking about wilding out. That's a symptom of something deeper. It's not the root cause. It's a problem that if you were, say you were wilding out, it's a problem that you're wilding out.
Yeah.
But it's a root. There's something deeper than that that's causing you to do so.
Right.
Because when I was going through my whole situation, those thoughts came to my mind too. Like, I'm finna act out, bro. I'm finna go stupid out here, bro.
Real.
But I was like, nah, I can't do it. And then you was also talking about like remembering not to go back, you know, trying not to go back. Another thing is for me, and now I'm gonna just say this for the fellas out there, but turn that Instagram off, bro.
Dang.
Turn that Instagram off, dog. If you going through the motions like that, and you try not to go back, shut off that Instagram, bro. Or like limit your time or something on there, bro. Like it'll save you a lot of troubles. It'll save you a lot of sliding backwards and stuff like that. Leave them IGs alone, bro. Because folks gonna get on IG, they gonna be like, folks gonna get on IG, they gonna make their posts, you gonna go back and see, they gonna have some captions, you gonna misinterpret, you gonna whatever, bro. It's just not good for you. I block, get away, turn the IG off, put the phone down, go outside, hoop, do something, go to the gym, just journal, do something, play some video games, just do something to get you occupied so you don't end up like going backwards in any kind of way. That's one thing I really learned and stuff like that, and I learned it through some trial and some error. Some moments I was good, some moments I was not. It's human. It's human nature. You're gonna have moments, I'm doing pretty good this month. And you might have a couple of bad days right after you just was doing pretty good for a month.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
part.
It happens.
Yeah.
So that's the big reality is like if it's a rap, you know it's a rap, and you're going through your emotions, just get away from this social media, bro. It's gonna save you a lot of stuff, bro. But yeah, man, you was hitting on it. You was just talking about just like keeping yourself. It took a lot of fasting and prayer for me to not like wild out and just to make sure I'm good and I'm straight. And man, honestly, I believe this is something that we could probably just unpack for days, unpacking another episode, but I'm getting a signal that we're running out of time for this joint, you dig? You feel me? So if you want to hear more about this topic, let us know
Just
in the
DM
comments.
me. Just kidding.
Shoot us comments, DMs,
Like,
let us
we
know
can
what
have
you want to hear
counseling
more.
sessions. I got y'all. Don't worry.
But yeah,
Plan some lives. Like we'll just cry together.
it's real life, and we all got to deal with it in some sort of way.
And you're gonna be okay. I just want to say that. Like it's hard, but you are gonna be okay. Like there is light at the end of the tunnel, even though you feel like it's just full of darkness. Like healing happens, and like he said, it's ongoing. Okay, so be patient with yourself. Be patient with your support system, and you know just
keep your head up.
Keep your head up.
I'm your boy Deshaun. Catch you on another episode. Hit them links in the description. We out.